Sure.
Okay.
Brenda, you know, you can always, this is Barbara, you can always change your name to protect the innocent if you want on the screen.
The nameless ukulele player.
Okay. Did that come up? Do you see it?
Yes, I see it. I see it.
Okay. Everybody
Okay,
mute yourselves.
so this is a new arrangement to me, at least, of the House of the Rising Sun. And I don't apparently know how to do the finger picking part, so I'm ignoring that altogether. So we'll just go from where it starts after the intro. Okay, let's see. There is a house in New Orleans. Oh, rising sun. It's been of many and God Okay, wait, okay, let me try it again. My father again. Now the old Okay, it's over at last. Thank you.
Very nice.
Nice job.
Yeah, nice job.
Very
Okay.
good. Good job.
I like the arrangement. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
get
I like that
that? I
arrangement
like that. I
too.
can actually do all those chords.
Yeah, I'd like that
Yeah.
one.
Great.
Okay. Well, can you send it out, Paul, or should I try to send it out?
Or if you got it from a web page, I'll go find it.
Yeah, where'd you get it?
I don't even remember. It was just a random page I clicked on,
I'll send it
Oh,
out.
basically.
thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
By the way, ukulelecorner.com has got a fingerpick version of it.
Okay.
And you,
All
and you need a low G for it.
And I do. I actually put a low G on my favorite ukulele last week.
And this arrangement has instructions for finger picking through the intro and the break, which I think would sound good. Maybe it's the same finger picking pattern you're describing, Kent. I don't know.
I don't know. This one's got tablature for the finger pick.
Oh, this one just has a list of strings and what order to pick. And then you just
This
do it over
one
and
would
over.
go 4 3 1 4 3 2 1 3 2 3 2 1 2 3 4 3 4 1, just back and forth like that.
Uh-huh. Like up and down.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's how this one is instructed to do, I think.
That's just the same way Ukulele Corner does.
Yeah.
Little different set of chords.
Arrangement.
Yeah. It sounds great.
All right. Happy to be of service.
Thank you for sharing. Next song that came up is Mimi's.
Okay.
I can tell that it's Mimi's because you have to scroll and scroll until your
I
finger
know.
gets tired before you get through all the chord diagrams.
Yeah, diagrams at the top there.
Oh, my shadow.
Yeah, I don't know what,
Feeling.
it's not, they're not all so important,
Here,
really.
let's-
I mean, basically, it's in C. You've got, D minor, G7, and C. If you know an F minor, that's good. Oops. But anyway, all those other things. Some of the A flat 7, I can't even, I probably won't rank it to that one.
A flats. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
those are.
That's a hard one, especially because you're coming from, like, I don't know, it's a hard one. Anyway,
Just skip the top string.
yeah, right, exactly. And if you think of it that way, it's a G7 moved down one fret.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, which
It's a
makes
G.
sense.
I always think of that as a G sharp 7 rather than an A flat 7. It took me
Yeah.
a minute to recognize what it even was. All right, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to count on everybody to mute themselves. And I'll start the scrolling whenever you start playing, Mimi.
Shades of night are falling and I'm lonely. Standing on the corner feeling blue. Sweethearts out for fun, pass me one by one. Guess I'll wind up like I always do, with only me in my shadow, strolling down the avenue. Me in my shadow, not a soul to tell our troubles to. And when it's 12 o'clock, when the sun sets on the far horizon, and the parlor lamps begin to glow, Jim and Jack and John put their slippers on. They're all set, but we're still on the go. So lonely, me and my shadow, strolling down the avenue. Me and my shadow, not a soul to tell our troubles to. And when it's 12 o'clock, we climb the stair. We never knock, for nobody's there. Just me and my shadow, all alone and feeling blue.
That was fun. That was funny.
Very good.
It was a fun song.
Yeah, I like that song.
I like your strum chunk thing going on in the chorus. That sounds really good.
Yeah, I learned that from Kevin. You know, the chunk thing.
Teach us how you do that.
Oh, I don't even know anymore, but you kind of have to you kind of have to sort of let your hand drop on. I do it with my right hand. And after I strum, I just put my palm on the strings so that they don't continue to ring.
But you're plucking the low G first.
Oh yeah, that part of it. Yeah, I was just plucking the low G, and then I didn't bother to try to hit the root of every note. And anyway, I like it better with some birds and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the low G makes it easy.
Sounds great.
Thanks.
Kent, you got a song?
I do. I got a question though. Can you hear the uke through the mic, or do I need to take
No.
the headphones?
Well, we can, but it doesn't sound very good. It seems
Okay.
a long ways away.
All right, we're gonna switch out of headphones.
That's better.
Can you hear it?
That's better.
Okay. Okay, does everybody remember Disney's Jungle Book?
Yeah.
This is a song from it. Okay? I'm the king of the swingers, the jungle VIP. Reach the top, and I've had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I wanna be down Bangkok and stroll right into town. Like the other man, tired of honking around. Oh, I wanna be like you. I wanna talk like you, walk like you too. Just you, just like you. Can't wait to be you and two. Don't forget me, Manco. I made a deal with you. My desire is man's required to make my dreams come true. Give me a secret, Manco. Tell me what to do. Give me out of man's required so I can be with you. Sounds like you can do. Oh, walk like you, talk like you do. You like me, and learn to be you too. Ain't all of your mannerisms will be a set of twins. find a common man come and learn some etiquette. Oh, I'm talking to you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, do you? This is true to you. And they call me baby. Learn to be human too. And learn to be human too. Learn to be human too.
That was great. I love that song.
That was good. Thank you.
I saw that movie at the drive-in theater back in the 60s.
Wow.
One of the guys from the ukulele orchestra of Great Britain does a tutorial. You know, they have their lockdown. You know, they've been doing tutorials, and he did one of that, and it's fun.
I have not been following that. I guess I should look him up.
Yeah, if you go to the ukulele, whatever they call it, the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, and then
Right.
the website, they have a lockdown page, and I haven't looked at it recently, but you know, a lot of them have just these, you know, post all different kinds of things that they're doing, including some tutorials.
I think they've stored all the stuff that that they've done. There are quite a lot of them.
Yeah,
They were doing them weekly, so they did have a lot of content.
really? Did you see that one, Ken?
I did see that one, but it's not their version. I found another one on the web that I
Yeah.
picked up.
Well, it's cool.
Barbara, your music's on top. You want to go?
Okay. Okay, Paul. I'll go.
Is that big enough? I can zoom in some more, but if I leave it like this, I don't have to scroll.
Okay, just leave it that. I think, well, it's big enough for me. What about for anybody else? We'll just sing this twice, this same verse. Can everybody see it okay?
Oh, are there two verses?
No.
Okay.
There's just one.
Okay.
But I mean, there are 2 pages. I'm just letting people know we're just going to repeat it. No, there's just one. So this is from 1928. When You're Smiling, which gets harder to do these days, but I'm trying to practice. I thought this would be a good song. Are we all muted? Yeah. When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
That was great. Very good.
Really good.
We need to
Yay. Good one.
Paulette, you're not smiling big enough after that song.
It helped though. It did help.
Chords.
Anybody particular want to go next? How about Gary Goebel?
Sure, why not?
I don't know this song, so I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Well, football season, NFL just started again, and I thought, that, and I also thought some of you guys maybe didn't make it to church, so I'll combine turkey and football. So let me know when.
Everybody mute yourselves, and you can go whenever you want.
All right. Dropkick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life, end over in neither left nor to right, straight through the heart of them righteous uprights. Dropkick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. Make me, Lord, more than I am. Make me at peace in your master game plan. Free from the earthly temptations below. I've got the will, Lord, if you got the toe. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. End over in neither left nor to right. Straight through the heart of them righteous uprights. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. Bring on the brothers who's gone on before, and all of the sisters who's knocked on your door. All the departed dear loved ones of mine, and stick 'em up front in the offensive line. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. End over in neither left nor to right. Straight through the heart of them righteous uprights. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. A lowly bench warmer I'm contented to be, until the time when you had need of me. The flash of the big scoreboard signs from on high, the big Super Bowl way up in the sky. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. End over in neither left nor to right. Straight through the heart of them righteous uprights. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life.
Amen.
That's one of my favorite hymns.
Mine too.
It started out as a Gregorian chant.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it did.
Jack, you want to play us a song?
I just thought of something. I sent you music, but then today I never looked on to see if you'd sent it back like you usually do. Did you ever get it?
I have it here, and I intended to send it back to you. But so anyway, I've got it. It may have some issues.
Yeah, it's probably okay. It's not like they have very many chords in them or anything.
The only thing I did to yours was I split some of the lines. They went a little too long to fit on the page.
Well, that would be mine.
Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Anyway, I do have them. I have them both.
Okay, well, that's good.
I had just invited you to play us a song, Jack. Do you want to go?
Yeah, yes, I have a song. It's by a group formerly known as the Warlocks. It's a song called Ripple. It was written in 1970 by Robert Hunter. The Warlocks, by the way, some people may know their name after that was the Grateful Dead.
I was going to ask you if it was the same as the Dead Ripple. I guess it is.
So I have a play-along track to sort of hide my mistakes. And it's basically recording a dulcimer, glorified strum stick. And I mentioned the strum stick to somebody who's in the Ukulele Society, and she didn't have a high opinion of it. She said at Kerrville, people would buy those, and when Kerrville was over that season, the dumpsters would be full of strum sticks. I think she was exaggerating, but I like my strum stick. It's like playing a power chord, but I'm going to play this at a slow tempo, so my apologies. It's not going to be up to the 125 beats per minute the music calls for, but oh well. So it's going to, my cue on this is the recording plays the melody. That just lets me, and so I'll double that, then that'll stop in a minute. I missed a repeat. Wow, okay. I did something wrong. Yeah,
I still like that song. Yeah, I'm not a big Dead fan, but I like that song.
Yeah.
We had some questions. None of us knows what a strum stick is.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I
It's a
thought I heard
walkabout
you talk about
dulcimer.
it before.
Yeah, it's a three-stringed
What
instrument.
about dulcimer?
It's a
Yeah.
in my case, it's a three-string instrument, and it has like it for C, it's C G C. It's like a power chord, but it's got,
Oh,
I just posted a link to one that I made if you want to check it out.
Okay, thank
okay.
and the frets are diatonic rather than chromatic, for what that's worth.
Yeah, just the whole notes.
Yeah, exactly. Or the
The major
scale
scale.
note.
Yeah.
Paul, I just sent you a picture of one on email.
Oh, all right.
Now, apparently, the actual strum stick is like a trademark, so it's like a brand thing. So if somebody has one that isn't the official strum stick, then they just call it a walkabout dulcimer, but not a strum stick.
Well, maybe they misspell it too.
That could be. Yeah, they may change the spelling. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
sort of like the camping guitar.
Yeah, except it's missing some frets.
Looks like a Martin
And the nice thing about
backpacker.
that is you can just noodle around and find tunes.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
You don't hit sour notes.
Is there any difference in that and a dulcimer?
Well, the dulcimer you play in your lap, it is attached to a body the whole length of the neck. This one here, it has a neck, so you can play it like a guitar or ukulele.
And I play this on my lap with a slide.
Oh.
Like a lap steel.
Yeah, except I have a bamboo slide.
That's funny. Never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Fun.
But you don't have any kind of slide anymore, right? We never did find your slide. Fiddler's thing.
Oh, thanks, Jack. So, Mary Jane,
Which
you
one?
want to play one of your songs?
Oh, sure. Yeah, put up the monster blue catfish.
All right, just a second.
Oh, scary.
It's actually a celebratory song. It's not too, even the catfish doesn't die in this song.
It's a rare fishing song where the
But
catfish
yeah,
gets
this
away.
is another one of my originals that I didn't do it when I was doing my series because I had just done it at the coffee house at the Kick Butt. So this song and the Fishing Blues were my coffee house set, and I brought them both for tonight.
I'm glad to get to hear it again because I recognize the lyrics, but I couldn't figure out where I'd heard you play it before. But you've answered my question.
If you were there, not everybody was there.
Right.
A bunch of people were just walked out, I think, before I ever got on. But yeah, at any rate, it's an easy song. It doesn't have very many chords, and it's a simple tune, so you might find out you can play along with the song. So good luck, even though you might not have heard it before. And it does have a kazoo part, so I'm gonna have to get ready here. Make sure my kazoo's on properly. When Walter fixed my kazoo, it works real good now. In the Red River bars, there are stories told of Texoma catfish, big and bold. Monsters believed to be 80 years old would pull you in to join them. Cody Mulanix had heard the tales. He wanted a fish that would break the scales, but for 10 years now in this quest he'd failed to catch the monster blue catfish. There's anglers and hook danglers, and there's Cody Mulanix. He made a new world record for the largest blue catfish. This mix, and he soon caught one that weighed 56. That's the best he would do that day. Then he hooked the giant on his 20-pound line. His big spinning reel was well designed to play it to the shallows mighty fine. He brought in the monster blue catfish. There's anglers and hook danglers, and there's Cody Moulinix. He made a new world record for the largest blue catfish. But his strength was sapped and his pole did bend. If this were to come to a positive end, he thought he was going to need a friend. So he called one up on his cell phone. They pulled the catfish out of the lake. He decided to save it for wildlife's sake, so it wouldn't end up as catfish steak. And the Parks and Wildlife Department came. The monster catfish was so big, its photograph resembled a pig with fins so thick they looked like legs. 121 and 1/2 pounds. It's the biggest fish yet from Texoma Lake. For the state of Texas and the world it makes a brand new record. Cody has what it takes to catch the monster blue catfish. There's anglers and hook danglers, and there's Cody Moulinix. He made a new world record for the largest blue catfish. The catfish was put on display at the Fisheries Center by Athens Way in an indoor fish tank every day, except they are closed on Mondays. Well, this went down in the record book. One man on the shore with a pole and a hook. No motorboat, that's all it took to catch the monster blue catfish. There's anglers and hook danglers, and there's Cody Moulinix. He made a new world record for the largest blue catfish.
Another winner.
Hey, Mary Jane, I see the opportunity now. I mean, if somebody else is trying to break its record, that could be another song, right?
Well, yeah, see, I don't know. When I write a song, I don't usually want to know what happened later because that messes up the song. I think there have been bigger catfish caught, particularly in China. But this was a particular record that might have stood because he was using a 20-pound line. He wasn't using, he wasn't out in a boat, and he didn't have heavy equipment and stuff to help him. So I think his record might have stood, but there definitely are some big catfish in the world, bigger than this one.
27-pound any kind of fish would make me nervous.
That is a big fish.
That's a big fish.
Yeah, and it lived for quite some time in the fish tank, but it did eventually die. I have a friend that works for Parks and Wildlife who told me that the fish died eventually, but it did survive for a while to be on display.
Better not to know the end.
How long ago did that happen? Do you remember?
Well, I wrote the song in 2004, and so I suspect it happened that year.
Okay. Well, all right. That catfish was 80 years old. I guess we finished it off by putting it in the tank. Gary and Paulette, y'all want to go?
Sure. Ready?
I gotta remember this. Ready? Okay.
Whenever you want.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that's a really nice song. I hadn't heard it in a long time either.
That was very pretty. Very pretty.
You know the trivia behind that one?
No, tell us.
The movie that came from originally was going to be the Janis Joplin story, but the Joplin family wouldn't give up the rights, and so they had to fictionalize the whole thing and fictionalize the songs.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen that movie.
Instead of the rose.
Yeah.
Fred, you got anything to play? How about Marty? You want to play something?
No, I've got nothing tonight. Sorry.
Oh, I know. I've got a good one queued up. Walter,
Except
you
for
ready?
a beer later on, Marty?
What?
Except for a beer later on?
Yeah, well, that is not a song, though.
There might be a song like that.
This is my beer song.
I have a drinking song, but perhaps it's better after the camera's off. Or the recording's off.
Did you want me to go, Paul?
Yes, please. I'm sorry. I can't talk and think at the same time. I can barely think once. Yes, I would love for you to play this song.
Okay. I don't know, like this is like the ultimate baby boomer song. I don't know how many of you guys were around back when they did Secret Agent Man. Did any of you see that show?
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember it.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It was, well, you can see it, 1966. So,
Yeah.
Patrick Patrick, what was his last name?
Patrick McGowan.
Lagoon, yes, and he was later
Yeah.
on with Mrs. Peel and the Avengers.
I don't know if he was with the Avengers.
Diana Rigg.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the lead actor was now.
Patrick
But anyway.
McGee was with the
You're right.
Avengers.
You're right.
Yep.
So, okay, here we go. Famous guitar riff, which is now going to be a kazoo riff. There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they've given you a number and taken away your name. Beware of pretty faces that you find. A pretty face can hide an evil mind. Oh, be careful what you say. You'll give yourself away. The odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they've given you a number and taken away your name. Secret agent man, secret your name. Swinging on the Riviera one day, and then lying in a Bombay alley the next day. Don't you let the wrong words slip while kissing persuasive lips. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they've given you a number and taken away your name. Secret agent man.
A
Man, I
fun
feel
fact
brought back
about
to the
that
60s.
song.
Pardon me?
There's a fun fact about that song.
What's that?
There's a there's a running list of songs that people don't know the title of, so they make one up. That was
I know what's
Secret,
coming. I know
Secret
what's coming.
Asian Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard several people. I've sung this song with groups of people in the past, and always in every group there's somebody who said, "I always thought it was Secret
Agent Man."
Yeah.
And funny, Patrick McGowan didn't look Asian to me, but
No.
hey, what do I know?
Yeah. Anyway, it's a fun song.
It is a really fun song. Oh, sorry, Glenn. I've been forgetting you because I don't see your face. There's just a little dark gray rectangle. Do you want to play? Ooh.
Sure.
Cool.
So this is going to be my attempt at some flamenco music.
Oh, I was hoping for blues. Okay, go ahead.
So it's Sevillanas in D minor, which is a style of flamenco from Sevilla. Not what I'm playing, but when someone actually does it. So, so I've been sitting there practicing my rasgueados, and I'm terrible at them. And now I'm like all fatigued and I haven't gotten any better. So I'll just have to go for it. So let's see. Start over.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah. And darn, I was going to do that next week.
Hey, Paul,
Yes,
do you have a song for us?
I do.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Thank you. Steven, do you want to play a song? You said you had a beer song. Are you going to save it for the beer? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a song, and I've got it kind of Mostly memorized. Now I don't know whether I should try to play it from memory or if I should look at the music. And either way I go, it could be a mistake because if it's here and I'm not looking at it, so I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Friday night it was dark, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? How to tell you, girl, I wanna build my world around you and tell you that it's true. I wanna make you understand I'm talking about a lifetime plan. That's the way it began. We were hand in hand. Glenn Miller's band was better than before. We yelled and screamed for more. And the porter too made us dance across the room. It ended all too soon. And on the way back home I promised you'd never be alone. Hurry, don't be late, I can hardly wait, I said to myself, when we're old we'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing. Friday night it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? Now as the years roll on, each time we hear our favorite song, the memories come along. Older times we're missing, spending the hours reminiscing. Hurry, don't be late, I can hardly wait, I said to myself, when we're old we'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing. We'll go dancing in the dark, walking through the park and reminiscing.
Very good.
Bravo.
Thank
Got
you.
that memorized, Paul.
Okay.
Well, that seemed flawless.
I've turned out pretty good. It's better than most of my practice sessions.
Did you do it from memory or look at the sheet?
I did it from memory. My eyes were drawn to the sheet, but I never really got to where I looked at it.
That was great. Who's that by?
I'm disappointed we didn't get to see the actual sheet because that I was watching your fingers on that, and I would like to learn those chords.
I will definitely share this with you. So I'm
Yeah, and that was the Little River Band. I pulled it up while you were playing.
yes, the Little River Band.
Thanks.
Wow.
This is a Dr. Uke arrangement, and he often has interesting chords. This one's got an F7 with a flat 5, which I don't think I've ever played before. It's got some 9 chords.
It's by a Goebel.
Yeah, I don't know who Graham Goebel is. I don't know if he was a member of the band or.
All those Goebels are good ukulele
Goebels are
players.
everywhere.
I'm looking at the one on, was it ultimateguitar.com?
Uh-huh.
And they only have the 2, 4, 6 chords that look very doable.
Well, you ought to learn
So
this
if you're
version
interested in
then.
looking at something with not so sophisticated chords.
There's only a couple of hard chords in here and a couple of sort of big jumps on chords, but it's not. They're harder songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I stay far away from.
But anyway, I'll definitely include a link to Dr. Uke's copy of this song when I send out the video index.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then I guess we've all been around once. You want to have a beer break and then come back?
That's the case. It's time.
All right. I'll be back in a minute.
I've got to go, y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
Bye.
joining us, Fred. See you later.
Bye, Fred.
So long.
You can turn the recording off.
On a minute too, but I wanted you to know I did have contacted Westminster, and so I'll be taking that bag with the percussion instruments this week. And I did also write Karen a note telling her that we, what we're doing with those 2 items, that some of them went to plant and then the other one went. Yeah, have a good evening, everybody.
Hi, Barbara.
Hey?
Good night. So Gary and Paulette,
Yes.
you guys seem to sing pretty well.
She does.
I struggle with figuring out the key to sing in when I hear a song. Like I feel like, am I always singing out of key? It's like I start singing, but I don't know if I'm in the right place or not. Any tips on how to figure out if I'm in the right key or not?
You know, we got this on song, that Kevin used, and we have it on an iPad. And the nice thing about that is you can change the key. So when we were doing this song, we tried it in several different keys to see which would be the best one for her to sing it in.
Yeah.
Because the original key that we got the song in was pretty low for you.
Yeah.
And so we changed it from, what did we go from? I think the original song was in C, and so we raised it up to G.
Yeah.
But that way you can just kind of try different ones and sing along with them.
Well, I have 2 different instruments that are tuned differently. And of course, I had to change my voice to the tone of that instrument and the key that was in. But I didn't know if I was in the right key. I could have been in the wrong key for both of them, for all I know. So I want to sing a song. If I'm in the wrong key, y'all let me know.
Well, I remember that Kevin used to put whatever the first note was.
Yeah, and that was helpful.
I don't know if he did that or OnSong did that, but
I think he did it because it doesn't seem to be on song.
Yeah.
Well,
But
so does that mean that should be the first note that we sing in, or the key?
It's the note that you start with. It's meant for singing.
Start singing with. Yeah.
Well, I got my phone out and I tried that. I tried to get to sing that first word, and I changed the word until I got to that note, but it didn't sound right. So maybe it's just me.
Well, there's some songs that the first note is not the key. It's not.
That's right.
First
It's a-
key, chord is G. It may
Yeah.
not be. That may not be the first note.
The key is not what determines the first note.
Right.
Right.
With a lot of songs, it's like the da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's that
pickup.
big note that you start with.
Yeah. Oh, Walter, I meant to tell you, I did a little research on that T play.
Yeah.
Apparently, Regal, they stopped making instruments in 1955.
Oh yeah, no, that's an old
Yeah,
instrument.
that's been around the block.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this one shouldn't be too hard to fix until I looked at it closely. And it popped loose because the bridge started going convex on the bottom. So basically the edges peeled off. So I'm gonna have to give this some thought because I thought I could just like clean it up and re-glue it, but I might need to like sand the bottom down flat again and then put another thin piece of wood under that, like glue it to that so it'll have a level surface. Otherwise it'll be too low if I just sand it and put it on. So that'll be a longer project than I thought it was gonna be.
It doesn't seem impossible though. It
No,
seems like
no, it's not
something
impossible.
that shouldn't be that hard to do, just
Yeah.
tedious.
Yeah, I thought I could just build a new bridge from scratch. That would be trickier because that's a complex bridge.
Yeah.
Steve, look what I have. Do you see it?
Yes,
Oh,
I do.
I have a tin box, and I'm hoping to get a ukulele somehow out of it. Is there a place that I can source all the materials and maybe mail it to you?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to have you have to put out any expenditures to do it if you're willing to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy to do
for
that.
me.
Yeah, if there's some particular things you want to have on it, yeah, go ahead. You can just go on eBay or Amazon and buy the parts for it really relatively inexpensively.
Okay, and so I know that I'll need tuners.
Yeah.
And I'll need strings.
That's it.
And that's it.
Don't you need a surveyor stake
well-
for a neck?
Surveyors, do you have a something that would suffice for the neck and the frets?
Yes, I've got
Okay.
wood. I can make you a neck. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
And for the nut can be bone. It can be wood. It can be a 0 fret, which I kind of suggest. That's what I've used. I'll just create a string spacer out of wood. Unless you want a bone nut. If you want a bone nut, then send me like a bone nut or bone blank. Or you can actually buy little plastic nuts like some of the cheaper ukuleles come with. I can put that on.
Okay.
As I start to pull it together, I can talk to you about it in detail, and you can make decisions as I go.
Okay, so do you recommend like a concert strings?
Yeah, concert scale. That's probably the
Concert
best.
scale? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I actually have a set of concerts
Perfect.
strings, some Diarios, I think.
Okay, that'll work.
So I'll cobble it all together and I'll email you and we'll work something through.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
I can't get to it right away. Right now I'm working on a build. It's a cigar box guitar build and swap, where each of us who wanted to do this is building for somebody else. Like somebody right now is building an instrument for me, and I'm building for this other guy.
Yeah,
so
and
I've
that's
got that to
fine.
do. Yeah, so it won't be
Yeah.
right away, but I can get to it.
Yeah, just, it's not something that needs to happen even next month, okay?
Oh, fine.
I just, whenever you can get around to it, those
No
around to it things. Okay.
Really?
Cool.
So Paul, are we recording this whole thing, or are we done the recording part of it?
We're still recording.
Oh, we want to hear you.
Doesn't want to be recorded.
I don't care.
Hey, come on
Practical
now.
possibilities.
If you'd like me not to, I will not produce an index for your song. But Mary Jane's got another song that I would like to put an index to, so I'm not going to
Alright.
stop it.
You can do what you want. I have one that's ever so slightly off color.
Oh.
Ever so slightly. But
We've probably heard it before.
I'm
We're
sure you
old.
have.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
It's a classic.
It's my favorite color.
It's called Why Don't We Get Drunk?
Yeah, okay, I like that song.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
By James William Buffett.
All right, let's hear
On
it.
his white sports coat and a pink crustacean album from 1973. I heard that over and over and over again. So I worked it out, so I thought I could play that. Hopefully in the
Please.
right key.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'd like to hear it.
We
Wanna try it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right.
What key are you going to play it in?
It's in D.
D.
So DG. Paul, if I can share a screen, I've got it up here. I can share it. Y'all can see it as I go here if you want.
Yeah, just a second. Got to figure out how to allow it.
I think he's got to hit that share screen button and you got to allow it.
Try it and see.
See, there you go.
You got it?
It's coming.
Oh.
So it's not a long song. It's pretty short and sweet.
Cool.
You got
All
see
right.
it? All right. Well,
yeah,
see if
I
I
see
can get
it.
this right key.
Everybody mute yourselves.
Here we go. Well, I really do appreciate the fact you're sitting here. Your voice sounds so wonderful, but your face, it don't look too clear. So barmaid, bring a pitcher, another round of brew. Honey, why don't we get drunk and screw? Sorry. Why don't we get drunk and screw? I just got a water bed filled up for me and you. They say you are a snuff queen. Well, honey, I don't think that's true. So, honey, why don't we get drunk and screw? There you go.
Very lovely song.
Hold on a second.
Wow. Remember waterbeds?
Yeah.
How long has
You
it
know, I
been
actually had
seen a
one
waterbed?
for about 5 years.
I have a friend who still has one.
Yeah, I had a king size.
Yes.
I slept
And the
on
cat
one.
stuck their claws into it one day.
I slept on one once in college, I guess. I don't remember whose it was. But it seems like they would be hot. I don't remember that one being uncomfortable. Because it's
Well,
got
I mean, they're not bad in the summer because it's sort of cool.
Mm-hmm.
In the winter times, it's just kind of freezing. You know, you have to put on one of those flannel mattress pads and put a bunch of blankets on it and such.
You don't want to use your electric blanket.
And they'd come with
No.
heaters too, but mine didn't
What
have a
record-
heater. We never bought one.
And you need to make sure to add antifreeze in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we're talking about off-color songs, I've got a couple of songs that really deal with death and hatred, you know, like real badasses. And I just wondered how you'd feel about a song like that, even if you could consider it funny. If there's so much death and gore going on, would y'all freak out if I brought a song in like that?
I don't think it
During
would.
the beer hour, anything's
Yeah, it seemed like if you could talk about this get drunk and screw, you know, that might be more offensive to women, perhaps. But the death business and the murder and stuff, you know, might be offensive to everybody.
Well, you might as well offend everybody.
Well, I'm just thinking down the line, you know, not necessarily next time.
There's only
But
one way to find out. So
so you think I should be experimental?
Yeah.
Well,
It's the
sure.
equal
I mean,
opportunity of
I
figures.
was thinking about doing the Jimi Hendrix song "Hey Joe," and then I started really listening to the lyrics. I mean, yeah, he's shot his old lady because she was messing around with another man, and he's gonna go down to Mexico way. And ain't no hangman's gonna put his noose around me. Man, that's just cold.
Yeah, yeah. This
a classic.
Well,
Yeah,
wait
so-
till you hear these two songs. If you look past that. Anyway, I'm keeping them in mind, and I haven't really been practicing them, because I was thinking, oh no, they're too much for. This is such a nice, clean group of people here.
Mary Jane, maybe it'll be therapeutic.
Yeah, really.
Maybe.
And maybe we're
Yeah,
all just
and,
holding back. We're not really as clean cut as we appear.
No, we're really not. I used to
You've
have
got a
people-
dark side, perhaps.
I used to have
That's
people
what you need to
apologize
have to enjoy these songs.
I used to have people apologize to me for swearing, and I said, honey, if you use a word that I've never heard or used before, we'll have a chat.
Yeah, I don't think you'll scandalize my cold, cold heart. It's really hard to stir up. So you want to sing us your other fishing song?
Yeah. This is a nice, clean cut song. This one won't offend anybody.
But does the fish get murdered?
Yes, in this one. The fish has had it in this song. And one thing, there's an older version. This is the Taj Mahal version, and this is probably the one you would know if you did know it. It's called the Fishin' Blues. But the older version, he obviously knew it before he wrote this one, and must have copyrighted this one. But he takes lines, whole lines out of the old song. So you can tell, he just revised it a little bit and slapped his name on it. And for a while, I couldn't find out anything about the old song, but I finally found out a little bit more because a guy at the traditional music group sang it. And I thought, wow, that's not the Taj Mahal version. Anyway, Taj Mahal version made it into Rise Again, which is sort of a Bible of well-loved songs that Pete Seeger's proteges put together. So here we go, the Fishin' Blues. Oh, I better get the kazoo on because it's got a kazoo part.
Okay.
Okay.
While she's doing that, everybody mute yourselves.
Okay, you've probably had time to mute yourself. Bet you're going fishing all the time, baby, going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife is gonna catch more fish than you. Many fish bite if you got good bait. Here's a little tip that I would like to relate. Many fish bite if you got good bait. I'm a-going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. I went on down to my favorite fishing hole, baby, grab me a pole and a line. Throw my pole on in, caught a 9-pound catfish, now I brought him home for supper time. Proving many fish bite if you got good bait. Here's a little tip I would like to relate. Many fish bite if you got good bait. I'm a-going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Baby bro about to run me out of my mind, saying, can I go fishing with you? I took him down to the fishing hole. Now what do you think that he did do? Pulled a great big fish out of the bottom of the pond. Then he laughed and jumped cause he was real gone. Many fish bite if you got good bait. I'm a-going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. brown. Make a batch of buttermilk hoe cakes, mama, then chew them things and chomp them on down. Singing many fish bite if you got good bait. Here's a little tip I would like to relay. Many fish bite if you got good bait. I'm a-going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too.
Very good.
Yay! Yay!
That's a good song.
That is a good
Yeah,
song.
well, that one we might like to learn, you know. That might be something that the group might want to do. If
Yeah.
it's recorded, then you'd have something to go back to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
really liked your whole batch of recordings. That was real handy to have a whole batch of them on one email like that.
well, good. I'm glad you like that. I didn't know if anybody would care, but
Thanks for doing all that work, Paul. We really
Yeah, Paul.
appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. I felt bad because I've been ignoring the Baca and the Lamar groups accidentally. My emails were addressed to them, but they weren't going anywhere, and so the people on those lists hadn't seen any of the invites to these meetings. That's why Kent just recently showed up, and
Oh, people are getting them now?
well, yes, I did get confirmation from somebody who said, because in that first invite after I fixed that problem, somebody responded and said, "Yeah, this is the first time I've heard of any of this." So
Ah,
what made me think to. And also, somebody else came along and said that they really liked these on-screen chords, so they can play along. Somebody who never comes to our meetings. So that's what made me think to send out that extra index of all the backfill, because she was on one of the email lists that had been ignored. So I only went back as far as we've had on-screen chords, even though there were some others that were still missing from the list. So anyway, there are people watching you play that you don't even know.
that's
I
weird.
know, that's strange. Think about that.
Gary has a song.
What?
Gary has a song.
Let's hear it.
Nice, nice.
This is a song that I learned a few years ago. I think I was about 11 or 12 when I learned it. And it was called Boogie Woogie Guitar. And so now it's Boogie Woogie Ukulele. So
Excellent.
anyway,
All right, everybody mute yourself.
That wouldn't work.
that wouldn't have worked. Okay.
That was great.
Well, thanks.
Very well done.
There you go.
Are you playing that with a pick?
I had to, yeah. I can't make my thumb move that fast.
Is that the ukulele you always play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Ohana.
I didn't remember it being that dark a color. I thought maybe you had been shopping.
It might be the
Light
lighting
in
in
here.
Oh,
here.
yeah,
much
maybe
darker.
it is.
Right. Yeah.
We just have one light really going.
Well, that sounded great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, there was this, well, the guitar teacher I had in California, he knew a guy named George M. Smith, who was a guitar player for Hollywood that did a lot of guitar work there. And George M. Smith put together this series of lessons that, you know, had these different songs, and some of them, like Green Sleeves that I played a couple weeks ago, you know, that was one of them. And and there was one called rock and roll guitar and boogie woogie guitar and a few others that I don't remember anymore. But it had a record that went with it, so you could play the record to see how it went.
Nice. So when you first learned that on the guitar, you had it written out in front of you, a sheet music?
Yeah, it was regular sheet. There was no. I mean, I don't remember seeing any tab back then. It was just regular.
This was 60 years ago.
Yeah. So it was just regular old notation, and we had to learn it that way.
Right. Well, tabs are great because they tell you where to put your fingers, whereas
Yeah.
the other way is like there's a lot of ways you can play any given note.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think there were hints in the sheet music that went along with it that told you what fingers to use or what frets to play on or whatever.
Right. So it was kind of a combination in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, so how did you learn it on the ukulele? From memory, or did you dig it up
Yeah.
somehow?
I think I still have the record somewhere, but of course it's on the record. It's in the key of E, and on the ukulele, it's been moved up to A, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be the key of A. Yeah.
Which if,
go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. If you play guitar, an E chord is the same as an A chord on the ukulele, so the
Right.
fingering stuff doesn't change.
No, that was a nice thing, that the fingering didn't change, but the names of the chords are different.
Well,
the D
so
chord on the guitar is a G chord on the ukulele, so that took some getting used to.
you didn't have to compensate for the lack of the two strings?
Oh yeah. In that song?
Yeah.
No, that song, the lead part, they had it divided into lead guitar, chord, rhythm guitar, and sort of a bass guitar on regular guitar. And of course that would be the low E string on a guitar, and so, but yeah, so that's
And you
why
play
I had to
low
go
G?
to low G string, because 3 strings was just too limiting.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I enjoyed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
The nice thing about reading notes, though, is you can pick up music from anywhere and read it. That's an advantage. So both the notes and the tabs have a place.
Yeah.
I like it when they have the notes and then the tabs below it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Right.
You can do both.
Guitar tabs are hard to apply to the ukulele, though. You can get it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I'll Google a sheet of music, and what I'll find is guitar tabs that are hard to use directly, but you can look at them, and often all you get are tabs, no notes. So it's kind of a pain to figure out which note is which, having never played the guitar. So the tab doesn't mean anything to me. I don't immediately know, oh, that's an A or whatever.
Well, just look for the songs that are always tabbed from the 5th fret up. Then you're golden.
Yeah, because all you have to do is put a capo on the 5th fret on a guitar, and then you have the same tuning as a ukulele.
Exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't always find the song. I am always looking for a song. I'm not looking for any old song that happens to be something I can play. I'm always like having in mind the song I want to learn.
I was teasing, Paul. Most of the time you're going to have some notes further down the neck.
Yeah, yeah.
I just find the song and I go, okay, figure this one out for me.
Right.
But if it is on the first 4 strings of the guitar, you're just going to change the key, do it the same way on the uke.
Yeah. I've never actually pulled that off. That sounds good in theory, but it never seems to work out.
It's difficult. I did that yesterday. Capoed the 5th fret and played low G, and I couldn't. You almost have to nail down the other string, the 5 and 6 string, because they're going to be, vibrating and all kinds of stuff.
You're talking about playing uke songs on a guitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other way around, you just read the first 4 strings of the guitar and play it on the uke, and you just raised it 5 frets
Right.
on the guitar, basically. You're in a higher key.
Well, like with what I did with Greensleeves was on the guitar, it's written in A minor, and if you use the same shape, that's D minor on the ukulele. So you just raise it.
Yeah, and if you're not trying to sing, it doesn't matter what key it's in.
Well, that's not trying to sing.
You want to have it in the same key that originally played in, you've got trouble.
Yeah, or if you want to play along with a recording of a certain key,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Stop. Quit.
Guess you could put a capo on the 7th fret on the ukulele and be just fine, because then it becomes the same as the guitar. Really, really high.
You'd have like 5 or 6 frets worth of reach after that. But
That's
yeah.
right. And go sound real plink, plink, plinky.
My favorite sound, yeah.
That famous 3 microsecond sustain.
Yeah. I like to play the higher notes, but the lack of sustain kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Well, it depends on the song. Sometimes lack of sustain is just fine if it's a real staccato kind of sound.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I prefer to have the option to let it ring out if I want to.
Well, we're all surfing with the wrong instrument if we're looking for sustain.
Yeah. I
On the
know.
ukulele.
Scale.
Yeah. In general, you don't have a lot.
You know, I've got a tenor guitar. Actually, I have 2 of them, and one of them I tuned GCEA, and you get a lot more sustain, obviously, out of metal strings on a longer scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tenor guitar.
Is it
Well,
the
that's the reason
metal?
why I think it'd be fun to get one of those little electric guitar kind of ukuleles, because there's that guy that was at the Austin Ukulele Society that was making them. He put steel strings on there, and you get a little bit of sustain. It's like playing a guitar real high.
Yeah.
Arrow poke, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you
And Vorston makes them too.
Who makes them also?
Vorston?
Okay.
Yeah, just
Well,
Google
so, yeah,
Vorston,
yeah.
you'll find them.
At the uke societies, they sounded really good.
I agree. Yeah, I like those. I just not willing to shake loose with that much money for one, because it seems like not something I would play all that much.
Yeah.
You got to be into rock kind of stuff, I think, more.
Or just make one.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, I don't like the whole. If I wanted to play steel strings, I'd be having a guitar. I don't really like steel strings.
Mhm.
I think they would just tear my fingers up.
Hard on the fingers.
Well,
that's it. You said you had a tenor guitar, Steve?
Yeah.
That's also tuned differently, isn't it? They're tuned in.
Well, they are, but you can retune them any way you want.
Oh.
One I moved a string around and it's tuned GCEA.
Well, isn't that pretty close to being a baritone uke then?
GCEA?
Except for steel. No, well, no, I mean, when you change the tuning, it'd be.
Well, I have one tenor guitar, 23-inch scale, and with the same CGDA strings on, I retuned it BGBE. So it's like a big baritone uke. My other one's a 21.5-inch scale, and I moved some strings around and I tuned it GCEA, the same as a tenor ukulele.
Yeah. But the tenor guitar is generally steel strings, right?
Yeah. Because it came from a tenor banjo. They usually have a skinnier neck on them.
Is the tenor guitar, it seems like a tenor guitar would be very similar to a baritone ukulele, but I've never had one. I've seen one, and seemed like it was sort of about the same size as the baritone, maybe a little bit bigger, but they told me that it was tuned to the bottom 4 strings of the guitar, which would have been uh,
Well,
DGBA.
yeah, they call that Chicago tuning.
DGBE, that is.
Yeah, that's called Chicago tuning. The standard tuning for a tenor, banjo, and tenor guitar is CGDA. And so my tenor guitar, it's an Ibanez. It's a mini dreadnought body. So it's a good sized body, 23-inch scale, but it's only 30 millimeters at the nut. So it's a very narrow neck, and it's pretty narrow all the way down. My Kami tenor guitar is a wider nut, and it's only 21.5-inch scale. So it's more like a slightly longer baritone ukulele, but it has steel strings, and I retuned it like a tenor.
And they told me that a baritone was tuned like the last 4 bottom strings of a guitar, which matched what I had been told about tenor guitars. So apparently the person that told me about tenor guitars didn't really know very much. You know, he knew something, and then that was the total. That's all he knew.
That's how I have mine tuned, because I know those chord shapes. But the standard tuning is CGDA. I just haven't taken the time to learn those chord shapes.
Oh, yeah. CDGA. That sounds
CGDA.
And that does sound like...
It's the same as a viola.
Sounds like a tenor banjo.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it does.
So it's all fifths.
Yeah.
Well.
What are you
The
eating?
point of it
Cat?
is back in the day when like the music for tenor banjos was going out, the guys wanted a gig. And so they had luthiers make guitars with the same scale as their tenor banjo. And that way they played a guitar tuned like the banjo they already knew how to play. It's a 4-string, not 5-string.
One of the original guys in the Kingston Trio played one of those. I never knew that's what it was called. It was a 4-string guitar. It looked like a regular guitar, but it just was tiny.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Instrument that's tuned in fifths is
Right,
Hi, Mimi.
Yeah.
Right, Mimi.
Good evening.
Night.
Good to see you, Mimi.
Ew.
An instrument tuned in fifths